Welcome back, everybody. Good to have you. This is part 3 of our organic form series. In this part, we're going to use that coil method that we learned last time to create some layers on our organic forms. I encourage you to try out several different ideas. If one doesn't work, you can always just peel off the coil and try something else. The basic idea hasn't changed at all. What we're going to do is sketch out our design with our pencil, score it with the serrated rib, add some water, and blend one side of the coil back into the other. Here's me trying out a spiral. I like this one a lot. I wish I would have put the spirals closer together. Next time. Many forms in nature are lobed. A good way to lobe something is to first divide it into 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 sections. I'm going to use 4 here. I'm just going to draw 4 little lines on my sphere. One important aspect to consider as you watch this is that I've enclosed that hole on the sphere. This will keep the pressure up inside, so while I'm working on it, it doesn't deflate. Later on, we will need to add that hole back again before we fire it so it doesn't explode in the kiln. You can see that I'm stopping just short of the top. I'm going to leave another layer at the top. I'm going to use that coil method to make another layer. So I'm just going a little bit in from the top, and now I'm going to create some arches in between my lines. This again is where that second layer is going to go. Once I have my lobes all drawn in, I'm going to use a yardstick here. You can use any type of piece of wood that has either a flat side or a 90-degree corner on it. I'm going to hold it at a 45-degree angle right on my line, and I'm going to push down. This is going to create those lobes. Remember, there's air trapped inside the sphere, so it'll act much like a balloon. When we push in one area, the other area will swell out. I use a rocking motion, and I hold it 45 degrees one way, and then I'm going to go back and hold it 45 degrees the other way to create the lobes in the sphere. This is really going to add another level of depth to our organic forms. You can see that there's quite a few of unintended marks left by the ruler. I don't get too upset about it now. The basic process is you rough things out in the clay while it's wet, and then when it becomes leather hard, you go back and clean them up. It's much easier then. Many forms in nature consist of overlapping leaves, such as artichokes, cabbage, lettuce, and of course my personal favorite, the banana flower. We can use that same coil method to create the overlapping leaves. This next piece is going to be loosely based on the banana flower. I'm going to begin this process by drawing a grid line on my sphere, much like the latitude and longitude lines on a globe. This will help me overlap the leaves and keep everything even. 2 of the lines will be longer than the others to create the overlapping look. Then, just as we did before, we're going to roll a coil, score with the serrated rib, add water, and blend in. I'm going to finish the roughing out process by adding a stem inspired by my banana plants. Keep my project from getting too heavy and possibly exploding in the kiln, I'm going to use my knife and remove some of the material where the stem is going to attach to the main flower body. When building sculpture, it's very important to keep thickness under control. A pot that has a thick spot in it is always prone to explosion because the moisture gets trapped and it takes longer to dry. When I add the water or slip to this, I'm going to be really careful not to get the beads wet inside. This will bring the roughing out stage to a close and this section of the series. It's much easier to rough things out, let them set up a little bit. We're going to put them in our bins, let them set up to the leather hard stage, and next time we're going to clean them up and add texture. If you're watching this at home on YouTube and you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. Please click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. It's what keeps me motivated to make more of these videos. I'll see you in part 4. Have a great day.